What you doing?
Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from the Media Crater RV Park, somewhere west of Winslow.
Hello. Do you want to say hello? No? What'd you do with Ruby? Where's Ruby? You've taken her belly out. Ruby has no body. Yeah? When are you going to get rid of the other squeakers?
So Ruby's the ball that got de-squeaked last night on Ruby has now been removed, but all other squeakers are still intact. But anyway, so I had to cut short my Facebook Live earlier because I had to go get on a call, and I promised I would come back and talk about genealogy treasure hunts. And this is awesome. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is when you're searching for information, what's some of the fun stuff that you can do? So some of the fun stuff you can do, with permission of course. Don't just go ransacking people's houses or searching through people's houses for stuff. Ask first. So what a genealogy treasure hunt is, not only is it finding the information and interviewing people for the information, it is also finding those old documents and photographs. And the old documents could be birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates, they could be deeds, they could be land records, they could be well, deeds are the land records, hang on. They could be newspaper articles, they could be copies of wills and testaments from bygone years, there could be journals, there could be family Bibles. So we're talking the physical stuff for the treasure hunt. And in a lot of like old farmhouses and that sort of thing, you get stuff that gets stored up in the attic area and stuff, and families can live in some of those old houses for generations after generation, and stuff just gets piled up in there and nobody ever goes through it. But then you also get those that move out but don't think about clearing the attic, or for some reason those boxes get left behind and then you find this little treasure trove. So just imagine this, you're clearing out your parents' place, you know, they've moved into a nursing home, they've deceased, whatever, they're downsizing, whatever. And of course she chooses when I go live to do her squeaky thing. Oh hell, hang on.
You want me to throw that now, huh? No, I can't throw it from down there. Nope, you have to give it here. Give it here. No? Okay.
A light little entertainment. So the treasure hunt is going for the physical stuff. So what you do is that you start with the information that you she's laying right next to me on the floor. So you've started your search with this information that you know. You're now interviewing people. So you're also looking for photographs, the old photo. Hey, excuse me. Hey, excuse me. Thank you. Look, no belly. The belly's gone. Now she's going to jump up here next week. She's going to be looking for it. I want to tell you. There she is. And it's sitting, oops, right there. Where is it? Right there.
You can't get at it, can you?
Nope. But anyway, so when we're doing the treasure hunts, we're also looking for photo albums as well, and even scrapbooks. They used to have those old black paged photo albums where they would write in them with white pencils and stuff and things like that, and lots of great stories could be told about those photographs. And when you're going through photo albums with the people who know who are in those albums, it's always good to capture that on video, as well as taking notes as well, because the stories, they'll go, oh, I remember this was the day that and off they'll go on some little thing. And I always kick myself. For the first time that happened to me, I had no recording of it. So I was sitting with my mother-in-law Brad and I and the boys were with my mother-in-law one time, and we were there for like a week or something, and she wanted to go through this cabinet that she had of photographs, and we split them up into photographs for each of the boys, then the photographs of all the boys together, the family photographs, her and her husband, her side of the family, his side of the family, and we went through, and she was telling me who was in the picture, when it was taken and all that, and we were writing the information down on the back with archival safe pencils. And but the stories, like she would sit there with the photographs and goes, oh, I remember the story, where you did it, and off she'd go on some other story. And I still kicked myself to this day that we sat there for hours that week, and I didn't record any of those conversations or any of those stories. I am kicking myself for that. So I am learning from my own mistakes. And so the next time her and I sat down on a different trip, we're going through these genealogy records that she had from Lithuania and the Ukraine. She had birth certificates and death certificates from Lithuania and the Ukraine, which is where my husband's family came from. And there was newspaper articles and all these other records that she had. And I just turned, and I had my little digital recorder, I just turned it on and sat it there on the bed, because we were sitting in her bedroom doing this, and just let her talk. And we captured all that information on the recording. So I have that. But what I don't have is us going through... You have to wait. It's us going through those photographs. It's what I don't have, which really upsets me, because she's now gone, and those stories are now lost. So this is why we encourage people to record when you're doing these treasure hunts, because you never know what's going to come out of them or anything else. So you're starting with your family basics, you're searching for scrapbooks, photo albums, documentation, that sort of thing. Ask before you go searching, unless you have full reign because the people have passed, they're downsized, they've moved out, they're in a nursing home, whatever, and you're now going through everything. Look for all that stuff. Look for journals, look for diaries, look for planners, date books. Look for anything that could give you a glimpse into the people's lives and stuff like that, and family Bibles and things. And what are you doing? I love that sweet innocent look. Nothing. What you doing? You want Ruby, huh? But you're going to make Ruby squeak. Can you wait a minute? She's gone the other side. So when you're going through the attics and stuff, and you come across those books with old documents, a good thing to keep on hand is like the archival gloves. The disposable cotton gloves. You can get them by the caseload from Amazon. They're really cheap, but they're really good to have, because a lot of those papers are going to be brittle and they're going to be old, and you don't want the oils on your hands to damage the paperwork. And it's always good to have the cotton ones, because they are the best, not the ones like they use in the hospitals and stuff, those what are they called, not the latex. Well, latex definitely not, but the cotton ones are good, because the cotton absorbs the oils on your hands and doesn't pass it through to the documents. And you can get them on Amazon real cheap. You can get like a dozen of them real cheap and that sort of stuff. So keeping those handy, but going through those boxes of stuff and boxes of documentations and stories and everything else, and you can start putting together the jigsaw. So think of genealogy as one massive jigsaw puzzle that you have to solve, and everybody has their own role in it, and every person is a jigsaw within the main jigsaw. So when you've got the person, like if you're doing yourself, then you've got, when were you born, when and where were you born, when and where were you baptized or christened, or what other religious ceremonies were you involved with over the years, what was your occupation, did you get married, who did you get married to, when and where did you get married. So it's taking that information and putting together the pieces for your life, and then do the same thing for your parents, and then now you fit them into the tree, because there's you, and then there's mum, dad, and mum. Dad's always, when you're looking at a genealogy tree, males are always on the left, women are always on the right. At least that's how I've always seen it. And the men always have if you're doing, what's the name of that system? There's a numbering system, and the men are always odd numbers, and the women are always, men are always even numbers, women are always odd numbers. That's what it was. Men are even numbers, women are odd numbers in the system. So have a look through your house if you've inherited boxes from your parents or grandparents, if you're helping clean out their houses and stuff like that. Keep an eye out for those documents. Don't just let a box of papers go to the dump. Check them first. Why were those papers kept? Were they old receipts? That's fine. But there's another thing with old receipts too, because when we were going through some of the stuff, when my mother-in-law was still alive, we were sorting through one of her filing cabinets, and I came across files of receipts, and it turned out the receipts were for all the stuff they ever bought in their travels. So they actually had documentation of what they paid for for their stuff, and some of their stuff was antiques. Some of it was not. But we had receipts for everything. Everything they had ever bought was in these files, which is good because it gave them a starting place. Then we found another file, and it was appraisals. So go through, don't just open a box, oh yeah, this is just a box of trash, and throw it away. No, go through the box first, because you never know what you're going to be throwing out. It could be, you know, I've accidentally touched your tail. And you never know. So on these treasure hunts, you'll be amazed what you find when you're going through boxes of documents that you think might be trash. You open up boxes and, oh, there's all these newspaper articles. Check the newspaper articles. They were kept for a reason, you know. And some people go, oh, it's just a newspaper article about Uncle John just got, you know, some award he got and all that sort of. That's part of Uncle John's story. Don't throw it out. You know, archive it. You know, if you want to, you can always scan them and upload, you know, scan them and then donate the articles. There's plenty of places around where you can find where you can donate genealogy documents so that they can get preserved. Trust me, there's lots of places like that, because scanning documents and then throwing them out, yeah, no, big, huge, no. Just don't do it. There are places that will take the documents for you and preserve them. I'm trying to remember. I think Family Search in Utah and Salt Lake City will do it, and I believe the National Archives might be the other one. I'll have to do some more research on that. But yeah, there are places that will take, especially if they're original documents, because original documents cannot be replaced. They are irreplaceable. So yes, scan them, and if you don't want to keep them, find genealogy places you can donate them to, who can then preserve them for future generations who may want to see the original documents. So that's all about family, you know, and then that just starts your thing. So when you find these documents and stuff, and you find family members mentioned in these documents, start making piles of each person that you come across, and then you can start fitting them into the family tree with that, you know, that taking them, completing the puzzle of their life, or as much as you can, and then fitting it into the family tree somewhere. If you need help going through documents and stuff, that's what professional genealogists are for. They've got researchers that can help you with that stuff. Professional genealogists would love nothing more than to go through original documents. Trust me. I still remember going to the National Archives with my mum. We did several trips to the archives and looked at passenger lists. We looked at coroner's reports, especially for my three times great grandfather and his boots that were made to go around the corns on his feet. You can find all sorts, but you know, treasure hunts doesn't have to just be documents and stuff. It could be family heirlooms that are just stuck up in an attic that everybody forgot about. So you know, be careful. Don't just go throwing stuff out because you think it's junk. Get it checked first. Don't open a box and go, oh, it's just a box of papers, we'll go toss it. Yeah, no. Some of those documents may need to be shredded, because it could be stuff that has no value genealogy wise, but it could have, you know, it could be bank statements, that sort of stuff. You want to shred that sort of stuff. You don't want to just go into the dump, or recycles and that sort of thing. So, but anyway, that's it from me for about genealogy treasure hunts. Gotta make Zephyr. Go on, shake it around. Give people a laugh. It's Fun Friday. What you doing? You just going to stand there and look at it now? Oh, you trust me enough to throw it for you again? Okay, there you go. Nope. She's got it back now. I bet she wants to go for a WALK. All right, that's it from me for now. A little laugh from Zephy in between, and a little bit about genealogy treasure hunts. So have fun digging and searching and finding all sorts of treasures within the genealogy, all sorts of genealogy treasure. Have fun. Have fun finding some genealogy treasures hidden away in ancestors' houses, relatives' houses. Ask first before you go searching through people's houses. At least ask them, you know, do you have any documents like birth certificates, death certificates that were from our ancestors? Can I have a look at them? you know, just even ask just to view them, and if they say yes, and then ask if you can scan them. There's some great scanning apps you can get for your phone that will work, and you can also, if they will allow you to take them away, scan them and bring them back. So that's the other thing as well. Or if you have a portable flatbed scanner, that will work too. So anyway, that's it from me for tonight. Have a super fantastic, sparkling rest of your fun Friday. And we will see you tomorrow for Shake It Up Saturday. Hei konera.